Welcome back to part 3 of the Google Sheets practice assignment. We've already completed part 1 and part 2 of the assignment in the previous videos, so this video is going to be the final step, which is going to be step 3 of our assignment page. When you're looking at the assignment, again, I'm going to locate the yellow student instructions. I'm going to follow them step by step. Starting with step number 1, I am going to see where it says merge cells A53 through G53 and center align. So when I do this, I'm going to find those particular cells, which that happens to be where it says Frontier Kids Cookie Sales, all the way over to the right-hand side. So since I'm going to be selecting the entire row, A53 through G53, instead of clicking and dragging my mouse over those particular cells to make it easier on myself, you can just click on the row header there, which is the number 53, and it does select everything at once for me. So right now I have all of these individual cells that make up a row 53. The goal is to merge those cells to make it one giant cell in row 53. So again, I'm going to select that row header and I'm going to find the merge cells option. So there are two places in which you can kind of find that. First and foremost, if you go up to your toolbar and look for the Format tab, you should be able to find the merge cells option, and then you will see the option to merge horizontally or merge all. I'm going to select merge horizontally because I want to make sure that it just goes across that row there. So when I do that, you should notice that my cell goes and extends all the way across until that G53 cell, and I now have one giant cell for row 53. I'm going to undo that so I can show you the second way to make this work. So again, I've got my all individual cells. I'm going to select my row 53 here, and instead of going up to Format, I'm actually going to come over here to my toolbar, and I'm going to use or find the Merge Cells option. Kind of looks like two sides of a square being pushed together by arrows. So I'm going to use that, and I'm actually going to click on the little drop down arrow to be able to merge those cells horizontally. And again, you should see that you've got one giant cell now. So we completed part 1 of step 1, but we do need to make sure that we center align that text as well. So with the row still selected, I'm going to go up to my toolbar and I'm going to find the alignment tool, which is the same in Google Docs and Google Slides. I'm going to use the little drop down arrow there to center align my text, which is going to take my text that's in that cell and move it to the center or the middle. I've now completed step 1, so I'm going to move to step 2. Step 2 says change the fill color of cell A53 from red to pink. So if you've unselected that cell where the title Frontier Kids Cookie Sales is, you will need to reselect it. Again, easiest is to just click on the row header where it says 53 to select everything. Once you do that, you are going to go up to your toolbar and you want to find the fill color option. That's going to be the little paint bucket there. And it does say to change the color from red to pink. So if you want to use the pink color that is already preset for you in Google Slides or Google Docs, you can. It's like a magenta color. Or if you want to custom create a color, that's your choice as well, just as long as you change from red to a pink. That's complete step 2. So now moving on to step 3, it says insert a row below row 60 and enter your name into the first cell. So to do this, I'm going to start by locating row 60 right now, which currently has June Ford in it. I'm going to select the entire row by clicking on the row header, which is that number. And again, you'll see all of your cells selected. To insert a row, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. So with the row selected, you can come up to your toolbar up at the top and find the Insert tab. When you click on Insert, you should see an option for rows. And then below that, you should see an option for Insert one row below. Make sure that you select the below option. When you click on that, it should insert a row below June Ford, and it is now row 61. I'm going to undo that really quickly and show you the second way that you could insert a row. So again, with row 60 selected with June Ford in it, using your mouse, right click on the row itself, and you should see a quick menu. In that little menu there that appears, you should see an option that says insert one row, again above or below, and we are selecting below this time. So again, row 61, blank row for us to work with. We are going to follow the instructions and enter our first name into that cell there under A61. So go ahead and do that. Pressing enter to take effect, and you should now see your name in cell A61, which is the new row we created. Moving on to step number 4. Step number 4 says delete row 59 that contains Ben Mathis. So to start, I'm going to find that particular row and I'm going to select the entire row. Again, I can click and drag my mouse over the row if I wanted to of cells, or select the row header just by clicking on that number there to make it easier. One click. And it does say to delete the row. So to delete the row, you are going to use your mouse and right click on that row. And once you right click, you should see that quick menu that opens. And below where it says insert a row, you should see an option to delete. It's got like a little trash can icon. When you delete the row, don't be confused by the fact that row 59 still exists. You will notice that although row 59 still exists, Ben Mathis's information is no longer there. When you delete a row or add a row in a spreadsheet, it is continuous numbering. So the number will just pick up of the row wherever it is that you've deleted or added in a row. So although row 59 exists, Ben Mathis's information no longer does. So once we've completed step number 4, we are moving on to step number 5. Change the title in F54 from ordered to quantity. So I'm going to find cell F54. Remember that our cells are labeled, or they have a cell address based off of the column letter and the row number. So finding cell F54, that is going to be right here where it says ordered, and it says to change ordered from ordered to quantity here. So I'm going to double click in that cell to open it up, and so I can delete where it says ordered, and I'm going to replace it with the word quantity. Pressing enter to take effect. I should now see quantity here instead of ordered. Step 6, it says in cell F55, use the formula, and then it gives me a formula here. So I'm going to find cell F55, which is actually where my cell is selected. And I'm going to type in this formula right here as I see it. So I'm going to start my formula with an equal sign always, and I'm going to tell it what function I want it to do. So I want it to sum, which is the addition or add. I'm going to open parentheses, and then I'm going to type D55, and then plus E55. And I'm going to close parentheses there. Once I have closed my parentheses, I'm going to press enter on my keyboard so that it'll take effect. And once doing that, you should see that our quantity is 2 because we took our 1 ginger snap and our 1 lemon drop, added those together for our total here, or our sum. Once I do that, I'm going to complete step 7, which it says click on cell F55 to select and use the fill handle to drag the formula down to F64. So similar to using the fill handle in the step 1 or part 1 of this assignment, we are going to do the same thing here using our fill handle. So I'm going to start by clicking on cell F55 to select it. And then from that bottom right corner of the cell, I'm going to move my cursor until I see the change and click and drag that fill handle all the way down until F64. Once I do that, you should see that my formula does fill in the remaining part of the spreadsheet. And if you were to do the math, knowing that it's adding our two cells together, you should be able to kind of check its work if you needed to across the board. So that completes step 7. We are ready to move on to step 8. Step 8 says choose cells B55 through B63 and wrap the text. So when we're looking at our spreadsheet, those cells B55 through B63 happen to be all of our addresses here. When you're looking at these cells, you should notice that it appears the addresses seem to be cut off, and that is because there is not enough space within the cell for the amount of text that is in there. So part of our instructions say to wrap the text, which is going to allow the text to move to the next line when it runs out of space within the cell. So to start, I'm going to select those cells B55 through B63. So I'm going to take my mouse and click and drag over all of the addresses. When you do this, it's important to make sure that you are clicking and dragging all at once as opposed to selecting the cell and then trying to use the fill handle. We don't want to fill this in with the same information. We want us to select it all. So click and drag your mouse over those cells. And then we are going to go up to our toolbar. On our toolbar, we are going to find the format option. When we're looking at format, we're going to go down to wrapping, and then we are going to select wrap the text. So when I do that, you should notice that your spreadsheet widens immediately. And that is because your address cell, so that B55 through B63 cell, now has the entire address visible. It just puts it on multiple lines there. So now that we have completed step 8 and wrapped the text, we are going to finish our last step, step 9, which says center align cells D55 through F64. So to do this, we need to locate those cells, and I'm going to zoom out just a tiny bit so we can see this a little bit better all at once. So looking at our spreadsheet, again, it says cells D55 through F64. So D55, starting with that, is going to be our first number under Ginger Snaps, and we are going down to F64. So that's going to be all the way down here at the last quantity that's in the kind of column there. So I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to click and drag my mouse over those 3 rows of all those numbers. So again, I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to start in cell D55 and I'm going to drag all the way down, kind of at like a diagonal kind of slant into cell F64. So again, starting in D55, I'm going to click and drag my mouse all the way down so that I select all of those cells. And the goal here is to center align the information. So I'm going to go back up to my toolbar that's up at the top and find the alignment tool. I'm going to click on that little drop down arrow and I'm going to choose the center option. When I do so, you'll notice that all of your values in those cells move to the center or the middle of the cell there. Once you have center aligned those, that completes the last step in that section. And now all you need to do is submit your assignment. Good job.